older black men in the business because, well, I wouldn't say men, males, because these clowns who call themselves men ain't no, they ain't no man. They males. They walking around trying to take from the, the youngsters and turn into their wealth because they went Hollywood and got out of touch. So, you got to deal with a lot. When you're a young entrepreneur, you finna deal with the older black men in the business that try to steal what you got. You finna deal with the women who's gold diggers who try to take what you got. Then you finna deal with the guys who's jealous of you, who try to lie on you and put you in jail. Then you got to deal with the police who might be jealous of you, who try to put you in jail. So you got a lot on your plate to deal with. But if you stay true to yourself and be a man about it, if you're a man and you're a man of God, you can deal with it.
Sharecropper deal. For those who don't know what a sharecropper deal is, it was the difference between landowners who were slave masters and then sharecroppers who were slaves. And the purpose of this sharecropper deal was to make the slaves, sharecroppers, feel as though they own something that they really did not own. So let me break down what the sharecropper deal consisted of as a rearrangement for the 40 acres and a mule. Landowners divided plantations into 20 to 50 acre plots suitable for farming by a single family. In exchange for the use of land, cabin, and supplies, sharecroppers agreed to raise a cash crop and give a portion, usually 50% of the crop, to their landowner. Landowners extended credit to sharecroppers to buy goods and charge high interest rates, sometimes as high as 70% a year. So the reason why this is called the sharecropper deal is because I just so happen to be in a modern day sharecropper deal. As being a young, energetic entrepreneur, all about going out there and getting it on, all about going out there and hustling for what I want, I found out that in order to position myself to become successful, position myself to be in places that I want to be mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, I had to do something different. I understood that 24 hours in a day is all we have. Some people use it differently than others. And I understood that I only could service so many people within a day. And I knew I needed to make a different investment. And that investment, based on my research, and my understanding and my questioning of others who have been in business, the mission was to get product. Now with product, it's a good that you sell to people. And that product can be sold anywhere, anytime. So I understood that producing a product could position me to have money coming in while I sleep. And that was my goal. That was my vision. From the time that I understood what product was an investment, that's what I wanted to go into. So I had big plans, big visions, and I understood that the product that I wanted to come out with was something that I was already involved in. And that was a need for my client base. So once I decided to go ahead and figure out the product that I wanted, the need that was going to be solved by this product, I just envisioned myself trying to find someone out there in the universe to help me come out with a product. And that's when I met this individual that in the industry was a big name. a big name to the point where everybody knew this person. And that's why it's important to do your due diligence. And that's something that I did, because that's something that my mentor taught me, was to be able to do your due diligence before you get into anything. So I went around and talked to people that I respected within the industry. And I questioned each person. How was this person in business? What was their character when you were involved with them? And the responses was good. No issues. No bad mouthing. And I went ahead and said, you know what? I feel confident. I feel more confident. I feel like I can really do business with this individual. As time goes on, I realize that this person's character is changing, and it's changing dramatically. Come to find out that this individual is not who they say they are. So here's the difference between doing your due diligence and asking people, others around you, your peers, how does this person get on in business? And the main difference is this. What I found out was the people that I questioned on this person, they only did short-term transactional business deals with this individual, not long-term, long contract type of deals. And that was the main key determining factor. But I really didn't know when I was young. We talking about early 20s. I'm thinking that, based on the people that I talk to, when I say, how is this person's business? I'm thinking long term and short term. And like I said, I found out that, this person's character wasn't adding up to what everybody else was saying, but everybody else only dealt with this individual for a short time period, not a long time period. And that was the issue. So I say that by saying this. Once I realized and woke up from the emotional side of business, me being so happy that I created a product, me so happy that my product is in stores, I realized, damn, this ain't the business deal that I really wanted to pursue. This is not the business deal that I thought of. And all I can do is sit back and blame myself. I can't blame anybody else because I allowed it to happen. I did everything that was told to me to do, and I did it. I looked at the contracts before signing it. I did my due diligence talking to other people and doing my research on this person. Come to find out, this person wasn't who they said he was. And as I started to pull back the curtain more and more, things started to reveal itself, who this person really was. And I sit back and it just leaves a bitter taste in my mouth because I could have used my money in other investments. It just happened to be at that time I felt as though that was the best decision I could have made. In all actuality, I had other options. And I still got more options to this day. But from this learning experience, because when we take L's, they're all lessons. They're not losses. There's wins, losses, and draws. And I just happened to take a L, a lesson. But the lesson that I learned as it produced my future as of today, within present time and here on out, is that I'm producing my own product. I'm doing it my way because I have a vision that I want to see forth. I understand that there's not going to be any miscommunication. As in, if I gave you money, you work for me. So you do what I want you to do on a business level and not the other way around. I don't work for you, you work for me. I put up my money that I worked hard for and earned being young, and I gave you the money. You asked for the money, you were pressing for the money. And when it came down for me to do my job, I did it. When it came down for this individual to do their job, it was kind of a lack. Coming from someone who had multiple years of experience, coming from someone who said they owned something they really didn't. Stuff like that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But for those who are listening, you want to make sure that you listen to your intuition. You want to set your intentions on a positive level. You want to make sure that you don't deal with suckers. You want to make sure that you don't deal with individuals who are full of lies, who are full of deceit. You want to make sure that you're dealing with people that know how to handle their business correctly and been doing it for years on a long-term basis, not a short-term basis. And you want to make sure that you build that relationship just like any other relationship, whether it's business or personal relationship. You want to make sure that everything is solid. Keep in mind that whatever happens is based on you, because you have the option and the opportunity to go forth with the situation or stop it way in the beginning. This is why I say I was at fault, because I could have stopped it. I could have foreseen what was happening, but my emotions got the best of me. And when you're in business, emotions should be put aside. This is business. It's nothing personal. It's just business. Don't get it twisted. Everybody wants some money, and when everything goes downhill with the business, people are nowhere to be found. People are nowhere to be seen. And once they found a sucker, they'll continue to try to sucker you out of your situation. So don't allow it to happen. Make the best move, your best move, and understand every boss takes a loss. But in my vision, every boss takes a lesson. So learn from that lesson and progress and do it bigger and better and greater, because there's no stopping you. You better believe that. This is the sharecroppers deal.